Okay, so I was going to walk you through the very start of me doing the base upgrades here, but it turns out the record button on my software is fake. It didn't work. It was obviously playing a little prank on me. So let me walk you through what I've done so far and what we're doing to upgrade the base. I've spent a lot of resources repairing the base from last time. If you haven't seen the last Horde and what happened to it, basically this pillar here was heavily damaged and this was heavily damaged as well because we didn't have enough wraps on the ground to stop the zombies from going into rage mode when they fell. So I have added an extra layer of armor onto each of the pillars, as well as doubled the thickness of the bridge, and this is actually supported here, by the way. There's a plate there that is projecting support onto that. It doesn't look supported, but it actually is, so if this pillar breaks, it's not necessarily gonna like all collapse because this is all holding it up. And I've put an extra layer of armor on here, as you can see, and I'm gonna get this all up to steel as well. I ran out of cobblestone though, weirdly enough, so I need to get my hands on some more of that. We have plenty of concrete actually, but I don't actually think that I have done that on one. Oh, I've done that differently on other sides. That'll annoy the shit out of me. Let me put that up there. Anyway, as I was saying, I don't think I have enough steel to do all of this because I had a similar amount of steel as I did to cobblestone. So if I ran out of cobblestone, then I would presumably run out of steel too. But I have more crafting, and I'm also going to use iron spikes to layer up on the ground here so that if zombies fall, they do that thing where they get knocked out of rage mode and come and fight me again. We're game stage 150, which means I think demolition zombies can spawn, although they're not ever guaranteed to spawn unless it's on a very particular game stage. It just starts around about 150 if I'm not mistaken. So, oh, loot bag. We need to be extra careful, but I think we can manage day 35 without using electricals and stuff. What I need to do is go get some clay because I need cobblestone to do the full base upgrade. What the fuck? Oh, there's zombies in here and everything. Jesus Christ. Land claim block ain't doing shit. Yeah, let me go get my auger because it's the best way to... Why have I got two axes on me? Did I just pick one up off like a loot bag and not notice? Whatever. So auger is here, and I have gas as well somewhere. Here we go. So there's some clay underground that I'm going to go dig up, and we can combine that with stone. I assume I have like a stack of stone. Yeah, that'll be fine. I'll get a stack of clay, and we shall have enough cobblestone to do basically everything we need to do. Let me just check the forages really quickly. You've got no fuel. That would have been annoying if I'd forgotten. Let me just maybe not use that much. This one is making me a little bit of forged steel and some forged iron. We'll need the forged iron for those traps that I want to make. Speaking of the traps, I've had some started already. Let's just double up on that. 120 should be enough to cover the whole area in some iron traps. I don't know how like worthwhile iron spike traps actually are, like if they do more damage or if it's just more durability, but I don't know if they're really worth that durability for the cost of them, but if nothing else, it's more enjoyable than wood. I hate harvesting wood, so if I can avoid having to do that, I will do that, even if that means mining instead. So I'll dig up a stack of clay and get back to you. All right, there we go. Let's turn that into cobblestone. I'll take 30 minutes, but it'll fill up my inventory as we go here. Let me put some ammo in the drone so I don't break my inventory there. So let's get back to upgrading. We have an additional 1600 steel there, which is 160 steel blocked, which is good. Right, so with functionally more than enough steel and cobblestone and stuff we need for all of this, let's just get it fully upgraded. I'm a little bit short on steel. We need at most like 20 blocks worth. Let's go see how the forges are doing, if that's produced that. If not, it's just a matter of time. We got enough for 6 blocks, but we can just wait basically. And we're out of steel. Yippee. Well, the trader's reset today. I'm going to go check a couple of them and see if they have any more of those speech books I wanted. I need to go grab some money first, though, of course. Okay, so we know all the rects. I've searched them all, and he was the only one that had any. So that means we can search the other ones before the next trader reset, which is on day 37. So we're up to 73. That's pretty good. We're probably getting a pretty deep discount at that point as well. Okay, let's fly home and check and see how much steel's been crafted while we were doing that. All right, we got 16 more blocks of steel there. That's pretty good. Right, all the important stuff I wanted to upgrade is now upgraded, unless I've missed something. Okay, the base should be pretty damn good. We haven't upgraded the fighting position. I don't think I'm going to need to be honest. But maybe I'm wrong there. Let's do a bit of this. So that, or out of steel, that's fine though. That will just make that bit a little bit stronger. And we'll get more steel as time goes on. Let's take a look at how many iron spikes I was able to make. Okay, so we've got 92 spikes, plus some more if I wait. Let's see how this pans out. Now, there is a downside to the thing I've done here with the plates, which is I can't place the spikes right next to plates, but we can do this on the corners, which should help somewhat. If we do the corners here, same with that, and then just fill in wherever else I can, and we're just aiming to keep the zombies from wanting to attack the base by damaging them down here. And there's 100 million ways you can do that, and we're doing probably the dumbest one here, but this is also one of the easier ways. I'm just gonna layer some of these spikes up as well. I wonder if I have any recog for tonight. That would be useful. Alright, that'll do. Let's go see what supplies we need for the Horde night and then just do it. Hope for the best. Got some concrete to repair my fighting position if I need to. Alright, so here's what the base looks like in its final upgraded state for this evening. I hope it's enough. I don't know. Alright, game stage 152. Should be interesting. I have one recog, by the way. Oh, Horde night has begun. Just hoping it worked. Alright, here I am doing my usual Horde Night voiceover section, and I'm going to be talking about this series. I'm actually going to be ending the series with this episode, and you'll see me talk a little bit more in depth about why later on. Basically, the short version is I get really sick of editing these at the latter half of the series, and I've got a supercut prepped for this series, and it's actually already extremely long. It's longer than the last supercut I've made for any of my other series, so like we got a lot of content out of this, but my stamina for editing this series is definitely gone. And the thing about that is just because when you try and do these series, they take place over like 6 weeks and you're doing the exact same video over and over again, essentially. It's very, very tedious for someone, I don't know, with some of my personality traits. But I do have a plan that will make these series work better in future. I'm not going to go too in depth on it right now in case I change how I want to do it, but they're going to be getting an overhaul. They'll be less frequent, but they will be much more enjoyable, I think, as we go, and they'll be much more consistent, and they won't be prone to me like giving up near the end of them and just being like, oh, I want this to end, because nobody wants to watch that, right? So obviously I've figured out solutions for that, so don't worry. What we're going to be doing in the meantime is making a bunch of tutorial videos and tips and tricks and all that good stuff that's more fulfilling as a creator, and it's going to give me time to actually work on the mods that you're seeing in this. I've not been able to fully sit down and work on them because I've been so heavily invested in this particular series, and it's really hard to edit a mod when you're playing with it. So getting that out of the way and getting a little more freedom there to update the mod should mean that we see a little bit more changes coming in for especially the Learn by Doing mod, but I have a little list of fixes I need to make for all the other mods I've made as well as another mod I want to make, so you should see that coming soon. And I'll go way more in depth on this later in the video, but I would say the series isn't being cut short, so to speak, because we are going to achieve a lot of things in this episode that are important for the end goals of the series. I just decided, you know, why am I trying to push myself to 20 episodes for no particular reason? I think it's just me being a bit weird about round numbers, and 18 is fine, and the supercut is longer than usual already, so we'll be fine. As for this Horde night that you're seeing, it's pretty uneventful. The Horde base is really, really good. I think I'm going to make like a tutorial on how to step-by-step make this for people who want to try it, because obviously this was made like pretty much freehand. This is the first time I've built a Horde base in a long time, and I kind of just winged it, and it didn't quite work the first time, but we made some changes to it, and it's actually pretty good. Anyway, I have to imagine the Horde night is ending now, so I'll pass you back over to me. Right, the Horde has ended, and the base held pretty well. We lost one block there, and we lost one block up at the fighting position, actually, because it was just a lot of zombies I was having to chew through with my shotgun here. I'm going to spend some skill points. So I would be tempted to get, like, more shotgun perks, but the thing is I don't really want to use the shotgun as my main Horde night weapon anyway, because I was just doing that to level it. If I was going to level anything, it would be automatic rifles, because it's just better. So maybe we could spend some points there. I was also leveling parkour a little bit. There we go. That'll give me the extra jump height. You can only get one extra block of jump height in this mod because I wanted to nerf parkour a little bit. Let me go get the truck so I can pick up all these loot bags. Oh, we got another level there. You know what? Let's go for another rank of health nut. We are just about to stop gaining health naturally. At level 100, you obviously max out your health. So Health Nut can let me get up to 250 at that point. Also, we completed 2 challenges there. 5 Blood Moon Hordes and White Slayer, which we will redeem for whatever you get for that. Overall, though, I'd say this base was a very successful upgrade. It even held against Infernal Zombies and Demos, and there was some Frost Claws in there. Not a lot, though. So it's pretty solid for the hordes that we're actually facing, because we're quite high game stage for the day. Normally you'd be a lot lower game stage, but because we had an over leveling issue at the start of this series, I am like more day 42-ish in terms of my game stage, at least by my normal standards. Let's take some of this stuff I just got and sell it. And then I guess it would be smart to go around and see the traders again. I have more stuff I can sell, actually. The reason we might want to go to the traders is because I still have more speech magazines that I would like to try and max out. We know all the trader rects don't have anything else to sell me, but there's a lot of other traders in the world. Let's just get rid of some of these lower level batteries. I won't actually be able to sell those very effectively. They were just taking up too much space in my scrap container. So let's go and see. I guess the trader Bob's would make sense. But I will sell all this junk I have before we leave, so I'm not carrying it all around. Oh, we have a legendary bundle. Let's drop this iron pickaxe. I don't think any of these are any real use. I'll take the machete bundle, I guess. Alright, there's 50k jukes at least. What do we get for this? Some knife books, I don't really care. Alright, let's go see some other traders. This guy has 5 business secrets as well, nice. Let's eat those. So we're up to 78, okay. Where else is there a Trader Bob? There's one down there, let's head out. Oh, by the way, during the Horde, I probably forgot to mention this, I maxed out the Shotgun Surgeon perk, which gives me 300% more maximum range with the shotgun, which means, well, mine has a suppressor, maybe we should take that off if we want to fully use it, but plus 300% means, essentially, for... Wait, do slugs have a range of 9? Yeah, slugs are a range of 9, I wasn't sure there. Plus 300% means basically plus 27 to my effective range, and plus quite a lot to the maximum range. Plus 27 to my effective range means 36 meters before the damage starts to fall off, which is actually still quite short for a gun in 7 days to die. But it does mean that I can, like, cross town zombies. Like, if we just sit here and I can actually hit this. Now, my shotgun isn't built for this long-range combat. You would really want to get a choke for it, but you can see I was able to kill her at really long ranges with slugs, and that's what that perk is for. But this shotgun isn't actually built for long range, but it is nice to have much more range, even if the suppressor is reducing my range a little bit, and I don't have much in the way of accuracy boosting items. But if you had like a long barrel... wait, can you put a long barrel on this? I'll need to test that. If so, you could probably get some really good range out of your shotgun. If not, then you would definitely want like a choke and a foregrip and maybe like an actual sight, like a holographic sight. And you could really use it as like a mid-range rifle class weapon. And I tried to do a lot of that with the ranged weapons in this mod. Is like there's a lot more unique play styles available to you. You've got sort of spray and pray machine guns versus assault rifles, which are really precise. There's a emphasis on 44 caliber pistols versus 9mm weapons. There's not much variance in the rifles class because it's kind of just, you know, they're all basically sniper rifles. But if we take a look at it, you can see I did give it Modern Hunter to just have something interesting there. And it does obviously have Penetrator from the vanilla game as well. So it has its weird niche. And there's just loads of ranged perks to take, actually. Like, so many you'll probably never bother with all of them on the same playstyle, which should give you a bunch of different playstyles. So yeah, let's head over to this trader bot, but I just got kind of caught up in the range boost I gave my gun there. I do need to check if I can put a long barrel on this, because that would be really interesting to see. Ah, a shotgun book. I might as well buy that to finish off shotguns. There, we are maxed on all the firearms now. We could see about leveling archery, but it's kind of like past the point of being all that useful, really. See some more traders. This Bob? I don't remember if I've been to that Bob. Let's just find out. Ah, more business secrets from this gen. Having much better luck this trade cycle. Takes us to 84. Not bad. Let's check this gen up here. Ah, 6 more. Nice. So we're up to 90. Nice. We have more time and we have more money and we have more traders. So let's just keep going. Ah, 4 more. Right, let's go up to, I guess, Trader Hughes. between the like 8 more traders, assuming I can get to them all today, I feel like I'm probably gonna get speech 100, which will be very good. That leaves survivalism as the next skill I need to level. All right, this trader's about to close, but maybe, just maybe, we can get in here and buy some magazines if he has any, I believe. Come on, you do it for him. Ow, what a dick. All right, so I guess no luck on those last speech magazines. But we only need 6 more, and there's a bunch more traders to check. Alright, so I'm back at my base. I've cleaned out my inventory a little bit. Let's take a look at the skills I need to level. The main one I'm concerned about is speech, and I would also like survivalism to be leveled. And I'm honestly thinking about ending the series in this episode, because I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm utterly sick of editing Let's Play content. It's a special kind of annoying. And some people often do suggest, like, oh, just upload it unedited. First of all, that would be an excellent way to ensure absolutely nobody but 10 people watch it. Second of all, no. It's just not what I intend to do. I don't want to put out absolutely subpar content like that. But this series has ran for, this would be the 18th episode, and I've compiled the supercut, and it's already almost 12 hours. So, like, it's not like we're lacking on content for the series, but I think I am being a little bit too enslaved by the I need to hit 20 episodes thing. I want to clarify though, like, I'm having fun playing the mod. It's just editing 20 things that are exactly the same in a row is uniquely soul destroying would be the short way to describe that. So instead of making myself miserable, what I'm going to do is end the series in this episode, but we're going to try and get a lot done in it so that I can just put it behind me and then move on to the next phase of my content plan, which I might have explained. I don't know. It's a whole thing, and I'll probably explain it somewhere else. For the 10 people who do like to hear about the sort of things that go into making a YouTube channel and stuff like that. But what we need to do then is get speech up to 100. That's a goal I want to have for the end of the series, just because it'll annoy me. So we'll want to go and see Trader Joel and stuff, but I also want to try and get survivalism up to 100 as well. And the best way to level survivalism, aside from, I suppose, maybe trying to hunt down a particularly large amount of the books, which isn't going to be that reliable compared to speech books, because speech books are intended to be leveled with books, so they're very, very common. But harvesting animals and harvesting plants are the main thing you do to level survivalism. It probably wouldn't be that hard, all things considered, for me to just run around and harvest every plant that I find. But then again, maybe I'm trying to do too much too quickly. Like 50 levels, that's a lot. Oh, there's a pig, hello. Another reason I would like to end the series early is because it's getting very hard to make edits to the mod. There hasn't been a update to the main mod in about a month. But it's actually more like 3 weeks. And the reason for that is because I want to make a bunch of big changes, but it's really hard to make a bunch of big changes that might break my game in the middle of trying to also record a series. So like some of the bigger changes that I want to make are kind of waiting for this to be done. And because I'm so sick of editing, it's kind of like dragging behind. And when that happens, it means that a lot of fun stuff is getting stuck behind me not wanting to edit. And that doesn't seem like a good idea. So I have plans in the future that will alleviate this problem for you guys and myself. And I won't go into how it's going to work, but you'll see in the coming months, like, the series that I will do will work a lot better. They'll be a lot more enjoyable, but they will be less frequent because of the way I plan to do them. And I intend to focus most of my efforts on things like tips videos and stuff, which are better for growth as well. But I do like making series. It's just those last 5 episodes are always absolutely brutal. But I have plans. Where's the survivalism skill at? Okay, we're at 59. Let's get to 60. There we go. So we're at 60, day 37. How long is it going to take for me to get 40 levels? I'm just going to keep hitting until 4 AM. In fact, no, I'm not. I'm not going to keep hitting until 4 AM. I'm going to get my gyrocopter and start flying up to wherever the traders are. And I'm hoping I can find those last 6 or however many speech books I need before the end of this episode so that I can have that tucked away. And then we can just focus on survivalism. I would like to level my survivalism more than just with plants right now. But the thing about animals is they're not the most reliable things to find. Unless, of course, you go to the snow biome, which is an option. But I would like, instead, if I can, to find... what is it called? The Bob's Boars and Carl's Corn POI. That would allow me to get a bunch of animals clustered in one location. Really quickly. Sniper rifle. Take a bunch of AP-762. Throw this back. Go. Is this modded at all? I would really like a scope for this, actually. Yeah, there's an 8x scope, that'll do. That's a better, more appropriate hunting weapon than a shotgun. Even if it is suppressed. So let's fly up to the traders that we didn't get to see last time. See if any of them have those damn speech books that I want. As I was saying, I have a bunch of tips videos I would really like to get working on, but I find it very difficult to maintain sort of a workflow where you're working on this type of content and the tips videos at the same time. Like, it's just hard to structure your work day around switching between two very different styles of content like that. Invariably, what happens if I try and do tips videos is these videos slow down, and these videos kind of rely on not taking like 8 months to come out because they're just not that interesting that people are going to want to keep up with a series, you know, 3 months after it started when it's only been 20 episodes. Like, they need to come out relatively quickly or people just aren't interested. So you kind of just have to focus all efforts on one or the other. But don't worry, I have plans. I have analyzed my many years now of content creation and my workflows and stuff, and I've seen how I can make this all better for me, which will be better for you, because if it's better for me, I make better content, I make more content, you guys get more content, and it's more enjoyable. I see a Bob's Boars and Carl's Corn. Maybe we should stop there. I don't actually know how good harvesting animals for survivalism actually is, because obviously this mod is largely still untested. We're doing the first playthrough here. So this will be interesting to see, like, can I get 1 or 2 levels from a Bob's Boars and Carl's Corn? If so, it's probably still better to just run around harvesting every crop. But, you know, it's worth checking. Let's get started in this POI. Hello. How dare you survive the first shot? Oh, 8 times sneak damage multiplier, nice. Hi. Ooh, a feral white. Somewhere. Ow. Forgot we were in the snow biome. Are you good there, friendo? But yeah, that accuracy perk that I took is crazy when you actually have a scope on it. There's just 0 spread. Oh. Oh yes, I should probably like kill the animals in the snow biome. I'm gonna shoot him and make him run towards me so I don't have to run as far. While I wait, I'll just snipe some other guys. Damn, he took a lot of shots. Holy shit, there's a lot of you out there. Let me zoom in closer for him. Little tiny head man. Anyway, where am I actually supposed to go again? Ow. Oh hey, survivalism. I have to imagine you're only going to get like 1 or 2 points of survivalism at this. I've just gone like the wrong way, haven't I? Yeah, I just undid some progress. Yeah, you're probably only going to get a couple of points. It's not bad as a source of XP for it, but at the same... You can't go that way. At the same time, I think just going to the forest biome and beating the shit out of every chrysanthemum and goldenrod you see is probably the smarter choice, if a lot more boring. Oh, that is a radiated cop. Damn, did I kill the charged one in one hit? That's crazy. Oh, how do I do this again? Oh, okay. I will never learn how, because it always takes me like 2 seconds to figure it out anyway. Oh, hey, a loot bag. Nothing good in that. Oh, oh, that is a bunch of lumberjacks. Hello. Alright, well, here goes a terrible idea. Oh, and an auger. How nice. Drone, I need you to hold some shit. Right, so I only got 1 level out of here. So definitely just plant spam is the way to go. Though I have to imagine, like, hunting down bears and stuff like that, and potentially zombie direwolves and stuff like that in the wasteland is also a solid way to do it. But these POIs are whatever. The reason I say potentially is I can't actually remember if zombie animals increase your survivalism skill. I think they do. I'm 99% sure, but I did write that code a while ago at this point, so it's entirely possible I just didn't. Oh, another chainsaw. It just throws those at me, honestly. Oh, repair kit's always nice. Right, well, let's go see the trader, like I said. Hello, Joel. No speech books from him, but I'm gonna sell him some stuff. Okay, let's go find another one then. Alright, so this guy has 4, but I think he's the last trader, annoyingly. If we eat those, 97, not bad. When do you reset? Day 40. Wait, that means he reset today, doesn't it? Oh, well then maybe we should go and check all the traders I already did check. Because apparently they might have speech magazines. Did they reset on day 37? Maybe, let's just go see. If so, then we still have a chance. There we go, business secrets. Only needed 3, but I'll just buy them all, I don't care. There we go, we are done with speech. Now it's just survivalism, which is not going to be fun to grind straight like this. But I'll fucking do it anyway. We're at what? 61, okay. Okay. I'm gonna go drop all the shit in my inventory, and then I'm going to ravage the countryside. Alright, we need plants. Hang on, there's a zombie somewhere. Let's go look for... Oh, there's plants right here. Right, I am just going to do this until like the end of the day and just see where I am on survivalism, just as like a test. Alright, so I was just a little bit off actually. I said I would take until the end of the day, and it was like 20 minutes after the end of the day. We just hit survivalism 100, which actually wasn't that unbearable. I was probably doing that for like 30 minutes, which not terrible considering I was about halfway through the levels. Wasn't the worst grind of my life, and I now have so much of these plants I would have never used if the series had continued anyway, but that's just the way it is. Another good option you can do if you're playing along at home and you want to level your survivalism and maybe get something a little bit more useful out of it is go to the desert biome and get loads of aloe and yucca, because those are just more useful plants than chrysanthemum and stuff, unless you really want to make a bunch of purified mineral water and don't have the better water mod installed, I suppose. So yeah, I think I'm going to end the series here. The supercut is getting pretty damn long as it is, even with just 18 episodes, because a lot more of these episodes have been longer than some of the other episodes in normal series. But I'm really tired of editing this kind of gameplay for a little bit, and I need a break from it for sure. But I have plans in future that are going to make these series be a little bit more fun for everybody involved, so don't worry. But there might be a gap between the end of this series and the start of the next one. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a vanilla series next, or if I'm going to go for another mod, or if I'm just going to wait until I've done all the changes I want to make to the mods that I've made, and then do like another big modded playthrough test. Probably would be the best thing to do to make sure I get all the kinks worked out. End level we got to was 97, and we got 7,329 kills. I had my 4 main guns leveled up. It wouldn't be very hard to get archery leveled up. It wouldn't be very hard to get any of the weapons leveled up. We got all of the utility skills leveled up to 100. And my perks are all over the place. I wouldn't recommend copying my perk build if you're playing along at home, because I was just picking random shit that I kind of wanted to test out and stuff. You know, I didn't really focus it very well. I've got points in almost every type of gun. You really don't need that. I don't have any points in the mental perks tree at all, despite a lot of them being pretty good. I have a lot of the physical ones. Health Nut is definitely a very good perk for the health and stamina. And resources I did invest quite heavily into. And crafting I also leveled into quite well. And it is worth noting that even at this stage in the game, I'm still not able to make level 6 guns, because I just simply didn't choose to invest into that. Which is very different from how vanilla would work, but we made it work anyway. We have like level 5 guns from looting and stuff. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this series, and I hope you look forward to the next one, which will hopefully be more of a 20 episode, or at least the same amount of content as full-length series. This is as well, to be honest. Like, the supercut will be longer than the last full series one I did. We're going to be focusing on some one-off content for a while to give my brain a break from editing these videos like every day for 3 weeks. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Something will be popping up on screen for you to watch right now. Consider checking that out if you're interested. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.